Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about success and why, if you haven't succeeded yet, it's alright. Because, success rejects all first-time applicants. And now that's something where you can take it and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to try once and quit and it's not for me. Or you can decide that you are going to succeed and you are going to take those failures and build them up and stack them into stairs to allow you to succeed. So now let's talk about failures. I've had plenty of failures in my life, even more so in the past few years of doing business. So I graduated high school in 2022 at 18. I'm currently 21. I forgot my age there. But ever since I dropped out of college, I really was just failing, not college, but failing in terms of finding ways to succeed. And that failing is a prerequisite of success. But it's not because you need to fail to succeed. It's because failing is an indicator on taking action. And people who constantly take action are bound to find the right route or the right action to take. The reason is not because they're going to get lucky. It's because they understand all the ways and all the actions that did not work out. And it allows them to hone in on what works for them and what works in general. So, for example, if you talk about Thomas Edison with the light bulb, you have that quote where it's like, I haven't failed, I just found 10,000 ways to not make a light bulb. And that failure is, this is a huge point. If you take anything from anything I've said ever, take this. Failure in and of itself is not why people succeed. It's because failure is an outcome of action. And action is what is needed to succeed. Constant action, constant iteration, gaining insights, growing and changing and adapting with and through action. So let's take a couple scenarios. One is where you try to procrastinate the actual action of doing something and instead spend hours on the internet researching what the business is, versus taking the time you need to actually just understand the basics, but then jumping right in and taking step one. Because worrying about step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5 is just a waste of your time. If you can't get past step 1, there's no point of it. And a lot of people out there will go up and research up to step 10 and then practice it and realize step 1 that they just can't get past it. And they took all that time from step 2 to step 10 to burn themselves out on whatever business or subject they're doing, and it prevents them from ever getting started. Or if they do get started, they're already burnt out and don't understand that doing step 1 will eventually help you with figuring out what step 2 is. And step 2 isn't a problem until it's a problem. This is something huge we had to figure out, both me and Jack, but I think honestly me more. I am somewhat of a perfectionist, especially when it comes to things I'm actually passionate about. So trying to break the habit of trying to make something perfect before I get started with something is an aspect of business that has just changed dramatically in the past year and a few months. So I'll give you an example. Last year, around maybe February, we were starting with the marketing and website development shit, all that. We made three sites, all just to be improvements on the one before, and we didn't do a single sale off of any of those sites. The only reason we needed a site really back then was to show a little bit of credibility and that we had an online presence, and that it's not just some guy getting on a phone call with you with no background or no credibility. So we needed something to represent us correctly, and we did that all right on the first attempt. It was 80% better than anything else out there. But me being the perfectionist I am, I had to make it better, and I had to make it something where it would kind of just blow you away. And I mean, by the end, it was a pretty cool site, but not more than a month later, we just got rid of the site and we didn't need to use it ever again because we moved on to something else. So I was planning for step 3, step 4, step 5 of scaling and getting multiple inbound customers without actually just focusing on outbound, getting people that actually need our service and doing those services, building the credibility of either building their site out, marketing for them, or doing SEO, and using that credibility and knowledge we gain from that and the insights we gain from that to the next person. And that itself, again, the action of taking action builds up versus trying to prepare the perfect thing. Now, preparation itself isn't bad. If you're preparing for, I don't know, a speech or something, you need to prepare. But again, imagine preparing for a speech, but instead of preparing for the speech and saying the actual speech, you look at, I don't know, note cards, or you look at the subject you're going to talk about in general, and you don't actually take the time to understand how the words you're going to say are going to flow and string along together. So it's maybe taking action, if you're understanding it as in doing anything, is the wrong way to think about it. It's taking action in the right way and towards the right things. So not taking action as in, oh, I'm going to go take action and do some more research about this subject. It's, no, fuck the research. Go do it and learn from the experience. This is something I have against most colleges, not all, and some classes or some majors do it better than others. But there is a friend I have, and his sister was in college learning computer science. From me taking online courses, or actually one online course, it was like a full stack course, that I've completed the front end, I only did like part of the back end. I knew how to program more than someone with a major in computer science. Because it was all they learned was theoretical, and there was rarely any projects. Like, they were like, I don't know, they were doing Scratch or something. It couldn't have been Scratch, that's way too, that's like middle school, high school type of shit. But the emphasis is on how much I was able to learn in a short amount of time, just because I was actually taking action and actually doing the thing, not learning about the thing. Theory is always great, but if you don't actually implement it, it's never going to mean anything. So oh nice, just finished the development over here, it looks nice. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Through action, not only do you learn the theory, but you also learn insights on the actual area you're studying or you're going into. And insights are crucial to growth and crucial to adapting. Because if you know something about the industry you're in through actually doing and through meeting people who are doing, you're already 10 steps ahead of anyone who's just researching this on, like, if you're just watching like YouTube videos or you're reading books. I don't know if people even do that nowadays, but oh, there's a cone that just flew. Oh my god. That's a cone in the middle of the street. All right, cool. All right, my bad. Back to what I was saying. Action not only brings understanding and adaptability, but it also brings insight. And insight will be used to help you continuously grow and move and maneuver within your vertical or your wherever you are in business. And it'll allow you to build on top of what you already have, or understand that your direction needs to be changed and that you may be going the wrong way or against the flow of the market or what the market needs. So, what do we got? 8 minutes, 9 minutes? So, in the end, all I mean to say is get off your ass, go do some real action and take some action, because again, success rejects all first-time applicants. So better bet your ass you're going to need to do a lot of action before you can even taste success. So get as many failures out of the way and take as much action as possible so that it can start compounding into your success. If you like the video, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I gotta stop the video.